And good morning, sports fans. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi. That's right, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning right here from Savannah, Georgia. And for the last 2 weeks at Coach's Corner on the Braves TEEPEE Pavilion. This time I'm facing away from the TEEPEE because when I face towards the TEEPEE, I got the sun in my face. So let me give you a quick look around. Okay. There it is, the Coach's Corner, Braves TEEPEE Pavilion. That's right. My good friend, the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin', Lawrence Bennett, up here last night, protecting the set, doing what he's got to do. But once again, I'm glad you could be here. Well, it's October 23rd. The Braves are still in the playoffs. They got a 3-2 lead. Hey, come up here. Join the fun. I got a hot tub right here. And I'm not kidding you. I got a hot tub right here. All right, let me move the towel. There's the TEEPEE Pavilion hot tub. You got to come out and you got to check it out. It's right there. All right. Just go see the person behind the adult beverage station. Make a donation to help save one of our own. Come on up here and join the party. 8:08 tonight is the first pitch. You could be part of the party. Just come right in here to Coach's Corner. Come on up and have a good time. All right, quickly. I got to make this show short and sweet, and I don't know how to do that usually, but I'm going to try it today. I got 2 pre-recorded segments, all right, due to the fact that the people couldn't be on live. So, of course, we're going to start the show off. We're talking about all the local things that are going on in Savannah. I'll make it really quick. Then inning number 2, or quarter number 2, I got the Columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks, talking Georgia Bulldogs, and got his 5 picks for today, 5 college football picks. Then I got our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. First time ever, the Wetherington Chiropractic Team of the Week, the Habersham Patriots, the Habersham School Patriots volleyball team. I got 3 players, Anna Thompson, Lucy Kelly, and Jana Kate Walsh, and the coach, Susan Barry. It was pre-recorded because Susan Barry's got to go run a cross-country meet today. The girls can't be here. Next week, the girls are playing in an all-star game. They're all state. They all are named to the state Georgia Association Private and Parochial Schools Association all-state team. So they're playing an all-star game next week. So we got a lot going on. All right. And then, of course, I'll close it out really quick. I'm only going to do 3 steps out the door really quick due to the fact that I can't play the videos. I got to get out of here. I'm going to Albany. That's right. I'm going to Albany, Georgia to watch my boy coach them Savannah State Tigers up for a chance to be the first place team in the SEAC East Conference so they can make the championship. So that's where the coach is going today. So I'm going to make this quick. All right, let's go run down. There he is. He's awake. He's alive. John, the brave man, or the chief as they call him up here, Henderson, got his mohawk. If you come here, he'll have his head dressed on. He'll have his war paint on. Hey, come help a great cause to help save one of our own. All the money donated goes to that. They do it every year. I think John's been doing it for how long? 21 years?
21 out of 30.
21 out of 30 years. The Braves TEEPEE Pavilion's been up here. All right, local scores. Step 1 indoor high school. Hey, what do you want me to tell you? Benedictine last night, all over the place. 70-28 over New Hampstead. That was for first place in Region 3, Class 4. Okay, so they're a lock. They're the first place team. Most likely New Hampstead will be number 2. Jenkins with a big win with heartbreaking for the Island Sharks. 19-18 yesterday, so that's what we got going on. Okay, so Benedictine is still number 3 in Class 4A. Calvary is still undefeated. They're number 2 in Class A private. I'm going to give you the volleyball schedule in a second, and it's the only place you're going to get it. The complete volleyball schedule, Georgia High School State Association volleyball schedule that's going on here today, because this year Georgia High School has the volleyball playoffs on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Round 1 was last Wednesday. Today is round 2. There's a whole bunch of games going on. I'll give you that in a second. Okay, let's go to the Prep Sports Report scoreboard ticker. That's right. Prep Sports Report's my baby. On top of that website, designed by Stephen Elmo Weeks and Saber Solutions and his crew, you can get the football scores every Friday night. Tough when you're one-man show. I know I'll try and do the volleyball today. I'll see if I can work it out on my drive to Albany. Going to watch the Tigers. And if you hear this, come on by. Honk for the Braves, and I'll honk back with you with the TEEPEE Pavilion truck horn. There you go. All right. Last night's scores in GHSA, Region 268. Effingham County beats Bradwell 35-12. Richmond Hill solidifies a playoff spot by beating Glen Academy yesterday in the Hill 14-7. Statesboro all over South Effingham 35-6. Like I told you, in Region 3 4A, got to find my pedal. Let me get a little closer here. I'm readjusting my foot pedal here so people come by, honk, and I can honk back. Okay? Region 3 4A, Benedictine 70, New Hampstead 28. It was 48-7 at halftime. Okay? So class of the region, class of the football, one of the top teams in the state, Benedictine 70-28. Jenkins and Islands went at it at Island Stadium. Jenkins goes up 19-12. Islands pick 6. Goes for the 2-point conversion. Doesn't make it. Jenkins wins 19-18. All right. In Region 3A, Windsor Forest was in the driver's seat. Johnson, the Adam Smashers on senior night, upset the Knights. That's right. I'm going to say it. They upset the Knights. Everybody thought Windsor Forest would win. Johnson wins 20-6. Way to go. Coach in the Adam Smashers. Coach Bonner. There we go. Kendrick Bonner. Okay. The old guy. I got to remember these names, all right? All right, then we go to Region 3-1A Public. Metter. I think they're ranked 3rd in Class 1A Public all over Bryan County, 56-26. But Bryan County, good year so far for the Redskins. All right. In Region 3-1A, Calvary Day School. I got to change that because I posted it wrong. I had it backwards. Calvary Day School went to Savannah Country Day, beat them 28-7. And Savannah Christian in overtime, down 14-0 at halftime. The Raiders come back, and they win on a field goal in overtime, 24-21. I got that backwards, too, on the website. I got to fix that, too. That's what happens when you do this at 5:30 in the morning. All right. In Giza, Frederica Academy, 44, St. Andrews 6. Memorial Day School goes to Terrell Academy, loses 43-12. Thursday night, Bethesda hosted Thomas Haywood at Daffin Park last night, 45-0 Thomas Haywood. Thursday night, we had 2 games. Southeast Bull beats Beach 32-0. Liberty County beats Groves 45-0. Okay, I got about 2 minutes to go. Here's your volleyball schedule for today. Class A private. Calvary Day School is up at Hebron Christian, 2 p.m. St. Vincent's is at Mount Paran Christian at 2 p.m. Holy Innocents is at Savannah Christian at 11:30 a.m. That's Class A private. Class AA/A public, Pope Academy takes on Woodville Academy at 2 p.m. In Class 3A, Windsor Forest is at Greater Atlanta Christian at 1 p.m. Sandy Creek comes into Savannah Arts Academy at 2 p.m. Okay, in Class 4A, Richland will be at Islands High School at 11 a.m. And in 6A, Effingham County's at Pope at 11:30 a.m. and Richmond Hill is at Beaufort at 1 p.m. All right. College sports really quick. Savannah State's at Albany State. The SEAC East Championship will probably happen tonight. They still got to both have to play Fort Valley State, who only has 1 loss. So we'll see what happens. Georgia Tech's at Virginia. Georgia is off. They're getting ready for the biggest cocktail party. I don't care if it's not politically correct, but that's what it's been called forever. Down there in Jacksonville, Georgia takes on Florida next week. Halloween, okay? And a big rivalry. Who is the real GSU? Who is the real GSU? Georgia State comes in to take on Georgia Southern next week on Halloween. Professional and local news, the Braves, they're up 3-2 tonight against the Dodgers. If Boston would have won, they would have played at 5 o'clock. Boston lost. Houston's in the World Series, okay? Congratulations, Dusty Baker and the Astros. So it's moved back to 8:08 first pitch. Come on up here. See the adult beverage makeup behind that little establishment where you get your adult beverages. Make a donations. Come up here and join the crew because it's Braves baseball on the Braves TEEPEE Pavilion at Coach's Corner. It all goes to help save one of our own. Let's get it. Last year we raised $30,000. Come on. I'm still waiting for somebody to give me $500 or give the help save one of our own $500 so I get my head shaved. My son's wedding's December 11th. I got to have my hair back before that, so I need to get this done quick. All right? Tonight, I don't know who's pitching for the Dodgers. We don't know who's pitching for the Dodgers, but we know we got Ian Anderson on the hill for the Braves. Once again, Braves lead 3-2. Atlanta will look to clinch the series with a victory tonight in the ATL in Truist Park. So, Falcons tomorrow at Miami, pro football, NFL, at 1 p.m. And Mayor Van Johnson says we can have the Rock and Roll Marathon. It's going to happen. Thanks, Mayor Van Johnson. We need this big event. 15,000 runners, 7,000 spectators, 22,000 people coming in here to the SAV to give us some great sports business. Okay? All right. And then, of course, Savannah Bananas announced their world tour. March 11th and 12th, they'll start right here in Savannah, Georgia. March 18th, they go to Daytona Beach. March 25th, Montgomery, Alabama. Okay, then back to Florida, West Palm Beach. They're on April 1st, April 14th, Columbus, Georgia. And then the last day, the last world tour day will be April 16th, back in Alabama at Birmingham. All right, go to SavannahBananas.com because you're probably not going to get a ticket if you don't go there right now. All right, coming up next, not now, next, picking the winnings. Slow down, Coach. I know you want to get out of here. Come on, Lawrence, you're a producer. Tell me to slow down. Okay? Yeah, he's telling me I'm doing great. All right, I'm being a New Yorker. I'm trying to talk 50 miles an hour. Talking with my hands. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, okay? But forget about it. Lawrence hanging out in the back watching me. The man slept here last night, so he's a little groggy. But anyway, up next, picking the winners, talking Georgia Bulldog football with no other than the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from the Braves TEEPEE Pavilion here at Coach's Corner. Come on up, help save one of our own, make a donation, and watch the Braves tonight. I'm telling you right now, it's a fun crew. You got to come and watch the Chief, John Henderson, in his Chief wardrobe, his war paint, his Brave shirt. He's ready to go. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank the sponsors.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering. We ain't New York style. We are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Hey And good morning, Savannah. Once again, welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from the Braves TEEPEE Pavilion. Where else? At Coach's Corner. Right there, whatever shoulder it's over me. I know it's a little getting a little bright there because the sun's starting to rise. I'm trying to be in the shade because last week I did it. I was facing that monster over there. Hey, there's the other show, Rubbin' and Grubbin', all part of the Coach's Corner Network. And, of course, I got the producer hanging out in the back because the man lives up here now, Lawrence Bennett. Hold it, let me swing it around. Go ahead, Lawrence. I don't know how the man does it. I don't know how he does it. I mean, all day long up here. And, tonight's going to be a big one, 8 o'clock, the Braves. All right, second quarter of every show during the football season, we've been breaking down the Georgia Bulldogs with one of the biggest Georgia Bulldog fanatics I know, Stephen Elmo Weeks, because he went there. Okay, and then we take 5 games, or he takes 5 games and he makes his picks. So we're going to go right now. It's recorded. The man's on the road, on a golf course, on a volleyball court, or a soccer field, or playing putt-putt with his kids. Okay, but it's pre-recorded, like I say every week. Picking the winners. Georgia Bulldog Talk with the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks.
And like I said, this man is a very busy man. He loves what he's doing. He's running around all weekend with kids and his wife. And what more do you want? I mean, you have kids to go watch him play, to succeed, and he's doing all that. But he always finds time to come in here and to pick the winners. Every Saturday morning about 9:15, the coach and the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks, will be picking winners. Not bad last week. But it's not good enough for his expertise, but he'll get back to a crazy year this year. But once again, it's a lot of fun picking winners, breaking down Georgia Bulldog football. No other than Stephen Elmo Weeks, the columnist, joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat. What's up, Stephen?
What's up, man? How are you? It's like you said. I think I think my record is 14-21 against the spread, which. That's not very good. It's weird. Like I feel like this has been one of the weirdest college football seasons in a long time. It's just so unpredictable every week. Unbeaten's getting beat. Like Iowa last week loses to Purdue. Purdue had done nothing to indicate that they could beat a good team in years, literally. It's just a weird college football season, I guess that's why we love it so much, because it's so unpredictable. But it makes picking winners really hard, Carl.
Well, it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy, after Saturday night, looking at how you did, just to keep it going. Too bad, I don't have the money to put on some of those picks, because there are some picks I would have won some money. But
I would recommend nobody put any money on any of these picks. These are purely for recreational purposes. Obviously, I have no idea what I'm talking about because I'm 14-21 against the spread. I will say a lot of those have been pretty bad beats. There's been some close losses that could have gone either way, but that's the beauty of college football, right?
That's what makes it fun. That's why they play the games every week, and they don't play it on the paper like the bookkeepers do.
That's right.
So. All right, well, let's start off. We start off every week talking about Georgia football. A lot of hype coming into this game. The Wildcats, Kentucky 6-0, Georgia 6-0. Wasn't even a game.
No, I think we talked about it last week. Georgia's just a little bit different level than Kentucky. I do think Kentucky, to me at least, was the best opponent Georgia has faced so far. They, Wildcats had a couple of things not go their way. First quarter certainly, looked like it was going to be a long day, but Georgia got the running game going, and I just think the size of Georgia's defensive front and the sort of cumulative weight of the offensive line and stuff, I think Kentucky just wore down. But I was impressed with Kentucky. I think Kentucky's looking at a 10-2, maybe even an 11-1 season. There's not much left on their schedule. Louisville's not very good this year. I think Kentucky could be looking at a really nice bowl game and maybe a 10-2, 11-1 kind of season. They unfortunately though they may lose their coach. If I was LSU, I'd already be on the phone with Mark Stoops. What he's done in Kentucky with what they're able to recruit at LSU, he stands to reason he would do pretty well with what LSU would get.
Oh, no, I agree 100%. But, looking at the stats, the breakdown of the game, Kentucky only ran for 51 yards.
Yep.
But here's the kicker, though, Stephen. They had the ball in time of possession, 37 minutes and 47 seconds to Georgia's 21 minutes and 51 seconds. And Georgia still wins the game.
I think that, I think Kentucky did have a strategy of trying to slow down the game and limit the number of possessions. They seem to be doing that intentionally, which it's not a bad strategy.
No, it's not.
Stetson Bennett continued to overachieve. He hasn't exactly gained my trust, but he has played really well. He's done far better than I expected him to do, and probably far better than anyone expected him to do. And the wide receiving group is still not at 100%. George Pickens is not there. Dominic Blaylock is not back. Some of the guys who are playing aren't at 100%. So what George is doing is pretty special. It obviously starts with the defense, and Kentucky really couldn't run the ball at all, and that put an inexperienced but talented quarterback in a difficult spot, and that you saw what happened. I think it's a good time for Georgia to have a week off. We found out this week that Kendall Milton sprained his MCL, so he's going to miss some time. Hopefully, if during this week, hopefully some of these guys will get healthy and maybe get a receiver back, something like that. Because that next game is I don't care what Florida's record is, it's always going to be a hard game for Georgia. If somebody comes out wearing orange and blue, Georgia tends to get paralyzed. So I hope that we can use this week to get some guys healthy and get our heads right for a really, really big game down in Jacksonville.
I mean, I agree 100%. You throw all the records out, you throw all the positives out against Florida. Whatever happens down there in Jacksonville every year, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
It is.
Georgia, goes in there and is supposed to beat them, they lose. Florida goes in there, supposed to beat them, Georgia wins. So you can't.
Honestly, I've seen Florida 3 times this year. I'm just going to say this: they are not good. Florida's not a good football team. Mm-hmm. They struggle on offense. They commit. I think they lead the SEC in penalties. They turn the ball over quite a bit. They're just sloppy and kind of a mess, really, to be honest with you.
Yes.
But it's still Florida, and they've still got really good players, and they still and for some reason that's a riddle that no matter who the coach is, it's hard for Georgia to solve the Florida riddle. So it's always going to be tight. It's always going to be tough. Expect something strange to happen. It's Halloween weekend. Hardly a year goes by when something bizarre doesn't happen in the Georgia-Florida game.
Well, we'll check it out next week. So if you took Georgia last week with 23 points, you didn't cover. That's all I got to say. That's
right. Georgia has actually covered these giant numbers. And I'll tell you something. They could have covered last week if they wanted to.
Right.
The game kind of ground to a halt there. It just got – I think both teams knew the outcome and just wanted it to be over with. And that's a good thing for Georgia, not as good for Kentucky. Although to give Kentucky credit, they kept playing, man. They kept throwing punches and just couldn't quite get anything going on offense, even against some of the backups.
Right. All right. Well, here we go. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's picking the winners with the columnist Stephen Elmo Weeks. He takes 5 games every week, goes against the spread. So let's give him a shot. We're going to start off a little bit up there in Virginia. When Georgia Tech travels to Virginia, Virginia is 6.5-point favorites. Both coming off big wins.
Yes, Georgia Tech did a nice job against Duke. Obviously, they did what they were supposed to do. Virginia has quietly been one of the best offenses in the country. Brennan Wasden, absolutely one of the most productive quarterbacks in the country. On the road, Virginia seems to have hit its stride, just throwing for so many yards, and Tech's pass defense has not been very good. So you would think at the end of the day, this ends up being some kind of outlandish 58-35 game, because I don't think Virginia can stop anybody, but I don't think Georgia Tech can stop Virginia very often at all. So I'm going to take Virginia minus 6.5 at home against Georgia Tech.
I mean, I follow Georgia Tech. I still root for Georgia. I follow Georgia Tech. I don't know, something about the Ram-O-Elect since I've been a kid. But, I mean, Virginia's just a better team on paper, and I think a better team on the field. Georgia is going to be, like you said, Georgia's going to have problems with the passing game. A big win last week against Duke. I watched it, but I agree. You're sick in the eye. I think Georgia's going to stay around, but Georgia Tech's going to stay around, but I don't think it's going to be within 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is going to be, a complete, ugly blowout kind of thing. But I think at the end of the day, Virginia's just going to put up too many points. I think, I could see this being something like 45-28 or 42-30, something like that, which would cover that 6.5.
So, all right. So now we go to game number 2. We're going to travel up to my neck of the woods on the Hudson. We're going to West Point Academy. It's a beautiful little field. It's unbelievable on the Hudson. A great game. Wake Forest got turning a lot of people's heads. They're traveling up there to take on Army at West Point, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
Well, I think in every football season, there comes a time when when there have to be fewer and fewer unbeaten teams. I think Wake Forest has found a lot of different ways to squeak out games. Army played Wisconsin really tough last week. You could argue they should have beaten Wisconsin, quite honestly. And I think now you're at home. It's a noon kickoff. Army plays really good defense, and what Army's going to do. They're going to come run and run and run. Wake Forest does not stop the run very well. Like maybe one of the worst teams in the country stopping the run. They even let Syracuse run the ball for 300 yards. So I'm expecting Army just to possess the ball for forever. Have these long 8-9 minute drives, and then if you go 3 and out one time, you don't get the ball back. So I like Army +3 against Wake Forest. Unfortunately, I actually like Army to go ahead and win the football game. I think Wake Forest is a great story. They've been a great story all season. Yep. But all good stories come to an end, and I think this one ends in Mitchie Stadium up in West Point, New York.
I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, Army started out 4-0, have lost back-to-back games, Ball State, Wisconsin. I mean, the loss against the Wisconsin is their 5th straight against a Power 5 conference. Yep. But I think if they control the ball here and they do what they got to do, I'd go with Army up there at West Point.
They don't get a lot of home games against a Power 5 conference opponent, and I think that means a lot to Jeff Monken and these cadets. And I have a feeling they're going to be fired up to play this football game at home in front of the core. I feel like this is a great opportunity for Army. And look, I say this to people all the time. If I was a Power 5 football team, like a Kansas or one of those teams that has historically struggled, I'd go hire Jeff Monken today. Vanderbilt, Kansas, any of those lower tier teams in the Power 5, go hire Jeff Monken today, because all that guy does is win. Yeah. He's going to run the ball, and maybe it won't be ESPN highlights, but he will win football games, and you'll have a chance to go to bowl games, finish 8-4, 9-3, something like that. The fact that somebody won't give that guy a Power 5 job is crazy. Can you imagine? A friend of mine was saying this to me one time. Can you imagine what LSU's athletes would do in Jeff Monken's offense? If you could have all those athletes and all that speed, and you were running this triple option stuff, man, it would be like watching Oklahoma or Nebraska in the 70s and 80s. They'd go up and down the field on people. But, everybody likes to sling it around now, throw it. But, again, I think Jeff Monken's a great coach. This is a great opportunity for Army to get a win, for the Black Knights to get a win on their home field against the Power 5 team. I think they get it done.
All right. Well, okay. Let's go. A little across the country here. We'll go to South Bend, Indiana. One of the biggest rivalries in college football forever. University of Southern California. The Trojans come into South Bend, Indiana, to take on the Irish. Both teams just drive me crazy. You got USC coming in with an interim head coach. Notre Dame, you can't tell from week to week whether they're going to hold the lead or blow the lead. I know they only got one loss, but they just let teams hang around. And Cincinnati came in and did a number on them, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
Well, here's what I would say. Notre Dame's kind of burned me this year, but if you look back at what Notre Dame has done, as it turns out, they've just played some pretty good teams.
True.
Cincinnati's obviously really good.
Yes, they are.
Virginia Tech, pretty good. Wisconsin, pretty good. These teams that maybe people were taking for granted and saying, well, Notre Dame's not good, maybe it's because the other team was good, and it was just competitive because it was two evenly matched teams. I would say this, having watched both of them, Notre Dame's better. Now,
yes,
with one very, very big notable exception, Notre Dame does not have a good quarterback on the roster right now.
We don't know who
but
the
they have
quarterback's
everything
going to be.
else. They have everybody else, and whether it's Jack Cohn or the other young man, I don't know that matters that much because all Southern Cal has is a quarterback. Right. Keaton Slovis is probably going to get drafted at some point, and he is talented, but they don't have a coach. They don't have an identity. They're going on the road. They got blown out by Oregon State. They can't sustain anything for more than like a quarter. I'm not really sure they know what they want to do most of the time. So, I just feel like Notre Dame is the team that knows itself more. Brian Kelly's obviously a superior coach to everybody, to anybody on the Southern Cal sideline. So I would say, the coaching, the overall talent level just favors Notre Dame heavily.
All right.
So we're laying 7. Notre Dame -7 at home versus Southern Cal.
All right. I hope it's always a rivalry. It's always a great game to watch. Okay, let's travel out to California. Air Force flying into San Diego State. Air Force and let's see. Hold it now. Like you have here, San Diego State is a 10-point favorite.
No, Air Force is a 3-point favorite. Air Force is given 3 points in this game. So this is a pretty good rationale for why maybe I'm 7 games under 500. I'm picking against 2 undefeated teams this week. I'm picking against Wake Forest against the Service Academy, and I'm picking against San Diego State against the Service Academy. But Air Force is really good. Air Force runs the ball exceptionally well. San Diego State is undefeated, but they've won some close games against not the greatest competition. And I think Air Force at home, you've got that altitude thing up in the mountains. San Diego State comes in there, used to the warm weather in San Diego and feeling loose and laid back. And I think Air Force is going to take advantage of what they do. Again, much like Army, I think Air Force will possess the ball. I think Air Force will run the ball, long drives, all that good stuff. And Air Force in their own right is a really good team. They're 5-1. So I like Air Force at home -3 against ranked San Diego State, ranked and undefeated San Diego State. Again, that might be one of the good reasons that I am 7 games under 500. I'm picking against 2 undefeated teams.
Yeah, but once again, when you're talking about the conference that San Diego State comes out of it, you're not talking they're going to be in the college football.
It's not the Big Ten. It's not the SEC. They're good. I mean, they're good. They're obviously a good team, but I don't know. I just feel like Air Force at home. I like teams that run the ball and play defense. And when you're at home and you run the ball and play defense, and the crowd gets behind you and you've got something to play for, that to me just feels like a good combination against a team that now again San Diego State also runs the ball. They also play good defense. I think it'll be a really low scoring game. But I like Air Force to keep winning. So I'm going to lay the 3 points against the Aztecs.
All right, last one on the list: the Horned Frogs West Virginia travels across country to take on the Horned Frogs of Texas Christian University. And Texas Christian is 4.5-point favorites.
Yep. Texas Christian has one of my favorite coaches, Gary Patterson. He's always good for a good quote, and he's usually pretty good at getting his guys ready to go on their home field. West Virginia's been kind of struggling up and down. They did beat Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech, but since then they've kind of gotten their backsides handed to them a few times. TCU's been a little bit up and down. They've played a really, really hard schedule. I kind of feel like Max Dugan, who's the quarterback at TCU. He should be able to take advantage of West Virginia. West Virginia historically is awful when outside of Morgantown. They do not play very well on the road. I think this is a good spot for TCU. If they're going to get 6 or 7 wins and go to a bowl game, they've got to win a few of these. And Patterson almost always gets them into a bowl game. So I'm going to take Gary Patterson and the Horned Frogs to cover the 4.5 against West Virginia.
All right, this will be 2 weeks in a row. You're not watching Georgia football.
That's true. Last week I was on the golf course with my son playing a practice round, and we what we did was we played the practice round, and we told everybody, please don't tell us what happens. So we recorded the game, and we turned off our phone and all that stuff. Got home at about 7 o'clock, and we watched the whole game. So we didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't watch any other games. So we never checked the scores of anything. We had no idea what was going on the whole day. And then finally watched. And after
I love doing a live.
both said, okay, well, we're going to win. So we flipped it over to something else. So I don't even think we watched the second half. But yeah, it was an interesting day to not be watching, undefeated Georgia versus another undefeated Kentucky. But, that the practice round came first.
All right, so here we go. Picking the winners. The columnist, Stephen L. Links, picks Virginia, giving up 6.5 against Georgia Tech. Army getting 3 against Wake Forest. Notre Dame giving up 7 against USC. Air Force giving up 3 against San Diego State. And TCU giving up 4.5 versus West Virginia.
Man, now that I'm just looking at this, I've picked 4 favorites. So I'm going to get killed this week. That's why the casinos are big and beautiful, right? Because people pick the favorites. That's probably not going to go very well, but I don't know. I'm doing the best I can, Carl.
Always a lot of fun. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you during the week.
All right, man. Have a good weekend.
Come on. Go Dogs. Great spot, always, with Stephen Elmo Weeks, the columnist.
Well, there you have it. Let me look at his picks right now. Virginia giving up 6.5 to Georgia Tech. Okay, we got Army getting 3 versus Wake Forest. Notre Dame giving up 7 versus USC. Air Force giving up 3 against San Diego State. And TCU giving 4.5 to West Virginia. Those are his picks. Next week, we'll be looking at Georgia, Florida, the biggest cocktail party in the world with the columnist Stephen Elmo Weeks and 5 more games. All right, I'm jumping right now into my next guest. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week, favorite part of my show, always having the kids on, talking about what's going on. You know what? I had this conversation yesterday. Whether you play in Georgia High School, whether you play in Georgia Independent School, whether you play in SCISA, the South Carolina Independent School, or you play in the GAPS, the Georgia Association of Private and Parochial Schools, you win a championship, you bring it home to the Seaport, you bring it home to Savannah, Georgia, you deserve recognition. Oh, well, give me a break. They played the tough teams. They played Savannah Christian. They played Islands. They played the Arts Academy. They played New Hampstead. They played Richmond Hill. They didn't shy away from anybody. So for them to win their state title in GAPS, it's something special. This week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, first time ever I've awarded it to a team, is the Habersham School volleyball team. I got a chance to pre-record it, because these young ladies and their coach, Anna Thompson, Lucy Kelly, Jana Kate Welch, and Susan Berry all had something to do today. So here you go. Congratulations. 4 straight state titles, 6 in the last 7 years. The Habersham Lady Pirates Championship Volleyball Team.
But you know what? Sometimes people have obligations, commitments, and they can't come on. Well, this school, it's been unbelievable, okay? And yes, on the Prep Sports Report, and I got to thank the head coach, the athletic director over at Habersham School, Susan Barry, for helping me with the information. But it's not 1 championship. It's not 2. It's not 3. It's not 4. It's 6 championships for the school in the GAPS, the Georgia Association of Private and Parochial Schools Volleyball Championships. It's amazing. And it's right here in Savannah, Georgia. All right, we go 2015. We go 2016. We go 18, 19, 20, and 21. 4 in a row. What can you say? So when you win 4 in a row, I would say it's a dynasty. But anyway, they've done a great job. Over there on Habersham Street, behind the police department, is the school. They'll be moving out soon. But once again, joining us on the Coach's Corner Hot Seat, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week. I've never had a team do this before, so this is exciting, is the Habersham School volleyball team. Hey, thanks everybody for coming on. How's it going?
Good. Doing great.
All right, so let's tell everybody who you are. I don't want to mess up your name, so go right around the room.
I'm Anna Thompson.
I'm Lucy Kelly. Jana Kate Welch.
And Susan Berry.
And there you go. You got 3 out of the. How many girls do you have in your team, Coach?
13.
13 girls. These 3 made All-State. Just so you know, Jana Kate Welch and Anna Thompson are seniors. Lucy Kelly is a junior. Sorry, take that back. I don't want to scare you, Susan.
That's right.
She's only a sophomore.
4 years with her.
Yeah, she got 2 more years of her, so I don't want to take her away from you. So it's just something special. Let's go with this, okay? Anna Thompson led the Patriots with 433 kills, or as I like to say, spikes. Now we say kills. All right, that's almost 10 per match. While Jana Kate Welch had 232 kills and 273 digs. All right, so it's getting a little dirty down there on the floor, little floor burns, because sometimes the knee pads don't cover all the skin. And then Lucy Kelly, I mean, over 1,000 assists for her career. She had 638 this year. They're All-State. Once again, congratulations, lady. A phenomenal season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So to start it off, okay, any player or coach the coach, any player to coach, you know, this you're defending at 3 Pete. You're defending at 3 straight championships in the Gap Association. What was it like winning the 4th? Did you guys ever imagine this?
It was kind of hard to see in the beginning because we're such a young team and we've definitely graduated some really good players, but it was honestly super rewarding because we worked really hard this season and I really enjoyed it.
I'm trying to get you guys closer to the screen, but I guess it's not going to work. They want me, not you guys. So, all right. So we're playing around. So that's as big as I'm going to get it. But that was Jana Kate Welch over there in the corner that gave us this answer. And I mean, it's phenomenal. And Susan, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but I mean, you said this is a young team. You just wanted to get them experience, but did you picture going 4 straight?
At the beginning of the season, no, I didn't. I knew they had ability, especially these 2 seniors and Lucy, but they were in a situation they hadn't been in before where they had to lead and they had to set the tone every practice and every match. And when we would dip down, they had to pull us up. And you have to learn how to do that and learn how to be the ones to do that. But towards about 3/4 of the way through the season, I was like, you know what, they can do it. They can do it now. And they just continuously grew. And by the time, we won our region championship, and that was a big turning point because we were down 2 sets to 1. And they looked at each other and decided they could do this. They could pull each other up, and they did. And from then on, I knew we could do it. And they just got out there and played their best at the time you want to, which is in the championship and the championship match at the end of the year.
And you've started this program from scratch and you've seen it grow. What was so special about championship number 6 for you?
Like Jana Kate said, because we had to work really hard and not many people, if anyone, thought we would be able to do it, to be honest. And you look at who we graduated, Jordan, Peyton, Mack, those were some great players. And there were times where it was a real challenge. It was a challenge for them and for me. How do we get this? How do we get everybody on the same page? How do we get people to react the right way and make the right decision in the right moment? And we had to get tons of experience. We played a lot of matches. We played 42 matches, and we played really good teams. We played your team, Islands and Veronica, and those things make you better. And we grew through the process. So it was just so rewarding to see them grow and then believe that they had grown and then just go out there and play and have fun.
Now, for the people that are watching or are going to watch this later on, okay, she said she played some really good teams, okay? Now, Georgia Association of Private and Parochial Schools is a small organization. They play Giza, they play Skiza, but Habersham School doesn't shy away from the big boys, okay, or the big girls, whatever you want to say. New Hampstead, Richmond Hill, Savannah Christian, Effingham County, Islands, Woodville Tompkins, Brunswick, Warner Robins. I mean, we can go on. South Effingham, Savannah Arts Academy. They played against schools that are still playing in the Georgia High School State Association state playoffs. So, they're not afraid to play anybody. And, I guess, Susan, the motto goes to be the best, you got to beat the best. And that's all you do with these girls is you play the best teams. And I know you look at your record, you're 20-22, but you lost 14 games against top Georgia high school teams. So that's pretty special. Congratulations on that one. And you know, a program and a small school like you doing that is something special, especially in Savannah, Georgia. So, you know, talking about this, Anna, going into this year's GAPS championship tournament, what was the team's feeling? Not the coach, but what were the girls' feelings without the coach involved in this?
Going into it, I think we knew we had to work hard and like all come in together on the same page with the same effort and energy to get what we needed to get done. It's not a one-man show, so we all had to work together, obviously. And I think we were excited that we got that far and just wanted to put it to the test and show everybody what our worth is.
When did you guys know this was something special?
I'd say there was a point about halfway through the season that we were doing really good, and it was kind of after we had really had to work a lot and work through some difficulties, and it just kind of showed, I think, just to us and also everyone watching that we actually could do that.
Nice. And if you just tuned in or you're watching this later on in the day, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Coach's Corner. I'm on top of the TEEPEE. I'll be on top of the TEEPEE Pavilion. These girls have obligations to do tomorrow and commitments next week, so we couldn't get them on all at once. So I figured, why not? Let's pre-record this like everybody else is doing, and it's just special. And they're 6-time GAPS championship, 4 straight years. And to Anna and Jana, when you came in as those young, naive ninth graders, did you foresee 4 championships in a row? Either one of you can answer.
Definitely not. I mean, it's just crazy, and it's really fun. And also just like, I guess, rewarding because you do a lot and you work a lot off season and everything. And it's super rewarding to see all of that just fulfill itself.
Okay, Anna?
Yes, since our team is mostly young and most of us do not play club, we have to get a lot of reps outside of practice and game time. So we have to work hard individually to bring our skills to the court with everyone else. So
you get 4 rings, right? You get your 4th ring?
This is my 3rd.
Okay.
But yes.
Jana?
This will be my 3rd too.
Nice. So, I mean, it's pretty special. So, all right, Lucy, all right, you've been playing with these girls last year, Christy Burnset. What was the other girl's name there, Coach?
Mackenzie Sparks.
Mackenzie Sparks. Now you got Anna, you got Jana. What's it like playing with all these girls that are unbelievable volleyball players?
It's been really great. It's helped me to definitely grow as a volleyball player, especially with my setting. And it's been really special to be able to set some great passes to these great hitters and just see how everyone else is growing together throughout all of that.
All right. So we know teams like to do certain things before games, before matches, whether it's regular season, playoffs. So Anna, any special rituals or superstitious things the Lady Patriots did before they played big matches?
Well, we would always huddle up and we would cheer really loud and we would just, make jokes and dance together. Dancing was a big part of it. I think that helped us get loose and ready for the game. And
did you get Coach do the dabo?
Not quite.
So, now, Jana, like you said, 3 state championships. Besides volleyball, what's so special about going to Habersham School?
Well, it's mostly special because we're such a close-knit community. You walk through the halls and you see like everyone pretty much, at least throughout the day. And it's very fun to see everyone can show up to the games and you know everyone really on a personal level.
Yeah, it's a close-knit group. And like I said, unbelievable statistics, all state honors. Anna, you had 433 kills, and you had to get somebody to put the ball where you could do that. So tell us about Lucy. She's only a sophomore, but I'm telling you, 1,000 assists for a career, 638 for the season. Tell us about Lucy.
Well, she's really amazing. She puts in the energy and the effort to just get to where she is today. After many practices, I would ask her to stay behind with me and just set me, some more after practice hours. And I was always grateful for that. But she would always find a way to run and get things up if we didn't give her, a great first contact. And I'm really grateful for that and just all the effort she puts in to get to where she is today.
All right, Lucy, let me get myself back in the picture. I finally figured out how to make the picture bigger so people can see you. Okay, I really don't want them looking at me. I really have a face for the radio, so that's why this is all new to me. But, Lucy, you got two outstanding upperclassmen. You got two girls that graduated last year that were phenomenal. Of course, Jordan Christie over at Georgia Southern now. What has it meant to you and for your success to play with these girls and be so successful with setting and all that other stuff and winning championships?
They've definitely all set a really good example for me of what it means to work hard and work to be the best that you can be at whatever you're doing. And so they've helped me a lot with that on the court and just showing great effort and always encouraging me and helping me to do exactly what they've been doing and to follow in their footsteps too.
All right, if you just joined us, you're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Portal, watching it now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. It's pre-recorded due to the fact that Coach has an obligation. The girls got obligations next week, so we're doing a pre-recorded segment here. And it's just unbelievable. 4 straight championships, 6 times. You can see the trophies behind the ladies right there. Just a special program here in Savannah, Georgia. So got to go back to the coach. You don't shy away from the big dogs. You don't shy away from the teams that are very successful here in Savannah and in volleyball. We know, I think Atlanta is finally realizing that the volleyball down here in Southeast is pretty good. Why go after the big dogs? What's so special about playing on Islands or a Savannah Arts Academy or Savannah Christian or Country Day, Richmond Hill? Why the tough schedule?
Well, that's how you get better. You don't get better playing people at your level or below. You get better playing people who challenge you to rise up and get better. And that's not fun unless you're playing people who are good and who test you and help you strain to go beyond what you thought you could do. So we're thrilled that we are in Savannah. It was a huge blessing to be in a place with such great volleyball, so many schools right around us, and to be able to play them and compete with them has been awesome. And we're just thrilled that we could do it, and it helps us grow.
And ladies, when you look at the schedule, you get excited when you see those big dogs on the schedule?
Yes, definitely. I definitely like playing hard teams that are fun because we have to work so much harder to succeed against them, but it's so rewarding, and we can be very proud of ourselves whenever we do good things against them.
Well, Lucy, you've lost. You didn't lose, but you're watching some great volleyball players graduate. What do you think the next 2 years are going to be like for you? Because no Christie, no Burnside, no Sparks, no Thompson, no Welch. What's it going to be like for you and Coach Berry now that these names are going?
I'm really excited for the next couple years because this year we had a lot of other sophomores and people younger that had to step up, and we saw a lot of growth from all of them. So I'm really excited to see what we can do in the next couple years.
So Coach just reloads. Coach just doesn't rebuild; she reloads with the team, right? So, all right. All right, Jana, Anna. What are you going to miss about Habersham School?
Well, I'm going to miss just the family aspect we have here since we're so close-knit. Like, we all love each other. We all want the best for each other. And we can really just trust everyone with, our emotions and whatever. And I think I'll miss just that close, tight-knit community that we have here.
Jenna?
I'd have to agree. I think it's just the friendships I've built here that go a lot deeper than just on the court or in the classrooms. Those are the most special thing, probably.
All right. We know how Coach Barry is. She works hard. She's a great motivator. What about the other teachers in that school? How do you feel about that? Tell us about the school and the teachers.
Honestly, it's really great to have such great teachers because they really try and form real relationships with you, and they'll help you out no matter what it takes. They can do that with the class sizes because you have time to get to know each other, and it's very helpful.
Mm-hmm. They're very understanding. Nice.
All right, got to bring me back on here so I can ask the question. I'm getting used to this. I didn't know that was the switch I was supposed to be. Usually it's just 2 people. I don't have to do this all the time. But all right, Coach, you got some great girls here come through that program. You watch them graduate every year. What has the seniors of 2021, the class of 22, meant to your program, to you especially?
They've meant so much. I knew as they go, so our season would go. And these girls have come up from being young girls that had a challenge of how to handle their emotions, and to watch them grow every year and to get to the point where they mastered them. And then they became the leaders. They earned the right to be the leaders on this team. You know, we do a thing every year in the summer where I'll get with the uprising seniors for the coming year and take them out to dinner. And I give them questions to answer, you know, their goals for the season, what they think the challenges will be. And we did that. And they both said, we know that it's our time to step up and lead. And we want to do it. We think we can do it. And I said, I think y'all can do it. And they did. And to watch them just accept that challenge. And sometimes it was hard because people don't really realize what goes into being a leader on the court and off. And every practice and every match, I mean, you got to have the pulse of your team, and you got to, hey, everybody, you need to be louder. You need to pick it up. Let's talk. Let's go. And you've got to set the example with the physical effort that you give as a player. And you got to set the example with your skill and how you respond to the coach. And they grew into that. And by the end of the season, it was just beautiful to watch. So they've set an amazing example for the girls that follow in their footsteps, and we'll miss them tremendously, but I'm so proud of them and what they've accomplished. It's been wonderful.
All right, and I'm going to throw a curveball out here to Jana and Anna. Any possibility next level, playing next level like Jordan and the other girls have done?
Well, I hope to. I'm trying to get recruited.
Yeah,
currently.
We've made a highlight video. She's contacted several colleges, so we'll see.
Jana?
I'm not sure. I really don't know. I'll have to look into it more.
All right, last question. Any one of you can answer. You all can answer it. Let's hear what you think about what the lady that's sitting in front of you, Coach Barry, has done for this program over the last 7-8 years.
Well, personally, obviously, she brings really great just like coaching techniques, but also, especially this season, she brought the intensity and the spirit of the program from the past into this year, which we really needed. It was great.
She shows us what it means to have true work ethic and just how to persevere through hard things to get to where we need to be. And she's really taught me personally and others like how it is to have true team-centered discipline, like how to put your team before self every time.
I think she really holds us accountable for all of our playing on the court and our attitudes. And I also think that it's been really great, especially this year, how she's stuck with us and helped us work really, really hard, even past what we thought we were able to do.
Well, girls, congratulations. And I could say from living here for a long time, Savannah, Georgia, you're making Savannah proud. Keep on, doing what you do. You got a great little school. Well, not a great little school. You got a great school over there. And you guys are good academically, athletic, and Coach Barry, I told you, you do a phenomenal job. Keep it up. And I'm proud to say that this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic athletic team is the first ever Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic team of the week. Keep it up. Congratulations, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, I'm running late, but just listening to that, I got goosebumps. I mean, unbelievable interview. Got to thank the girls. Got to thank Coach Barry for putting this together. I mean, I said, let's wait till we get a little further but she said, no, we need to do this right away. And just a great interview. So once again, I got to appreciate it. Well, I got to thank everybody who's listened, but come on, people, look at this sucker. That's right. You want a tomahawk chop? How about some prime ribs still on the bone? Come here tonight. 8:08, first pitch, Dub Braves. The Chief, John Henderson, barbecuing right up here. This little, I got to fit it in the screen here. Lawrence, I mean, it doesn't fit in the screen. That's right. That's how big this steak is. Come on up, enjoy some tomahawk chop steak. But anyway, got to thank my sponsors, John Henderson. Got to thank Coach's Corner, the Sports Network for doing this. Got to thank, of course, Thompson Sporting Goods. Got to thank Dr. Bart Wetherington for Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Calvary Day School, and, of course, my Goomba, Bill Fasiccio from Rocky's New York Deli, because they sponsor me every week, and I wouldn't be able to do this without it. So I got to get out of here. I'm late as it is. I got to get to Albany State. The Tigers playing for the SEAC championship, hopefully, so they can get to the championship, the Eastern Division Conference Championship, and we'll go from there. But God bless. Whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. And until I see you next week, okay, and the Braves win, may it be your best week ever. The Braves. Talk to you guys later.